get you will get this as well as some helpful handouts and links to our post. And Constant Contact, we're just here to help make your social simple. There's so much going on, and I live in this world, and sometimes the more I know, the more I know I need to know. So what I have to say is, focus on what's best for your customers and best for you. So we could get totally overwhelmed with everything that's here. But we should be excited because there are so many more tools, as I say, to fish for customers. And that makes it easier for us because we can get more customers, and our word of mouth is easily extended because of our social media. But survey is what we're going to talk about today, and survey is a great way to kind of find out what your customers are thinking, how to improve things, and how to learn from those that you're servicing or helping. If you have I think all but Ada, if Ada, go ahead, you can type in what your title is too, just so you know where the comment box is. And what this does is lets you type in a question at any time. So when you want to type in a question, I'll look at this as well to make sure I can answer what you're thinking. All right. So I'm going to unpause my screen here. All right. So welcome to Getting Started with Surveys. I thank you so much. I know it's a crazy holiday right now, and I know our live classes are getting smaller and smaller. Ada, I did want to tell you, you have a wonderful person in Texas that's doing wonderful Constant Contact live seminars too. So be sure to check those out. And we have it in Kansas City too, and we need to start coming to Iowa. Darn it. And we haven't been to Davenport. This is Paige. I'm with Constant Contact. I was a small business owner for many, many years. I was in direct mail, decided that it was time to teach people on how to use online marketing, since direct mail still is great, but it's time to use other tools too to help increase our businesses' results as well as our reach. You can find more Constant Contact seminars and webinars at constantcontactseminars.com, and they should be in, you'll see we have them nationwide, live seminars as well as webinars. I handle the Central Midwest region, and then you can also connect me. Most of my social is Social Paige, because nobody can spell Paige Cahill. So you can find me pretty much on all the social with Social Paige, but on LinkedIn I am Paige Cahill. And my goal is just to help you make your marketing simple. So we're going to teach you some tips, tools, and tactics that will do that. And Constant Contact is here. Many of you already use Constant Contact, and we so thank you for that. And anything that you want to tell me about what we should improve or what you hope that we could do better or things that you love, again, type that in the comment box. I would love to give that to corporate. We're always trying to tweak, test, and perfect. So we love your engagement with us as well. But we have newsletters. We started with email marketing, and we have surveys. No one really realizes that we do surveys. And we also have local deals, which is kind of like Groupon, but cheaper. You only pay $1 per promotion that's bought instead of half of your earnings. And then also, if you have anything that's educational seminars or welcome or open houses or lunch and learns, we have event registration where you can actually take registration online and payment online. You can also sell sponsorships or cups or t-shirts too with our event registration. So today we're going to learn about, first I thought it would be best to learn about tips and best practices, because I know a lot of people out there will survey their people to death, and when they see a survey come, we cringe. And I can name a few. We have several chambers that I belong to, and they wait every year, and at the end of the year, when it's the most busiest time ever, we'll send a survey, and I know that I will never complete it. It's usually about 60 questions long, and it takes forever. So by the time I get to the 5th question, I'm done. So one thing I have to tell you is keep it simple and keep it short. And I always say stick to 5 questions if you can. I always say 5 to make it thrive. People don't have a lot of time, but we also want to talk to you about less open-ended questions. We got to make it as simple as possible so they can fly through it and just click, 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 click. So again, we're going to talk about what are the best practices. And then we'll do a live demo, and of course you can do questions all throughout. tons of information. I'll send the slide presentation to you as well as the recording. And just online we have a blog that's, again, this will be an active link when you get this, blogs.constantcontact.com. Everything about trends and tips that we're learning as they're coming through, so topics that are trending as well as tools that will help you grow your business or your nonprofit. And then also, our Pinterest boards are amazing, anything from Google Plus to Twitter, infographics and tips on all our Pinterest boards, quotes, funny humor, and also YouTube. I mean, we have short synopsis of, you know, when should you send your email, how do you get your emails open, what would you put on Pinterest, why is Instagram good for you? So we have some really great educational information on those social media channels too. So please join us there. Number one that we forget, and we have to really fine-tune it, is why are we sending this survey? Are we thinking, so, you know, is it to improve our training that we're giving to our internal staff, or is it to improve our customer service? Is it to see what people are thinking about a new product or an old product, or maybe about the events that we have, or maybe right now with everything going on, is it to find out how we can communicate and help our customers better? You know, where are they at? Are they on social? Do they still want direct mail? Do they want email? So it kind of helps us fine-tune, test, tweak, and perfect the way we serve and help our customers. Now, we don't want to annoy them, though, so frequency is huge, and the length is also. Keep it simple. The next thing is who. If you can figure out your demographic, so if I was a fitness trainer and I train men and women, I might have a different survey for the men than I would for the women. So, you know, men want to get big and buffed, and women want to be lean and, of course, you know, be able to improve their immune system, their balance of life. So again, just kind of a different way to do personal training. So age also is a factor, so demographics, gender, location. Again, all of these play into how your questions will be written. So the lingo that you use, you want to make sure it's specific and it meets their needs. Otherwise, they're just going to jump off the survey and not answer it. So you can be very specific, but let's say you may not have the gender of or the demographics. We can also ask that on the survey as well. But the more specific you are, the better results you'll get. What are you trying to, what do you want to know? So again, we have templates that are already set up for you that you can customize, move, edit your survey to customize it to your needs. And here are some that we have that we see many people are asking about. How do we get more people to our store? You know, how can we increase our customer satisfaction? We want to help whatever we can do to do training to help our staff meet their needs. Or maybe it's internal that you need to do. I know that Constant Contact, I used to not want to take their surveys, but now I do, and I'll tell you why. It's because they share the stats. They share what they learned, and not only that, they implement. They actually listen to us and say, wow, everybody wanted more. Oh, you're not seeing the... Oh, you guys, you can't see the slides? I'm sorry. I thought I was showing my screen. I am so silly. Okay. Now, so you're not seeing the slides. Oh, that would be bad. Hold on. Let me refresh. Are you seeing them yet? It says that they should be showing. Anybody seeing my slides? No, not good. Okay. Do you see a spreadsheet? Am I the only one? Yeah, Ada, you're the only one that sees my slides. That's really weird. No. Okay, Ada's not seeing them either. This is crazy. I do this all the time. I never have issues. No wonder you guys are like going, okay, she's put me to sleep. Okay, so we have started. What do you see? And you guys have all your windows clear, right? I'm sure you've got it cleared. And kind of tell me what you're seeing, because I do have two screens. Let's try this. Next thing is reward them. So I know that if you're going to share this information with us and do something with it, I will take the time, especially with Constant Contact when they do a survey. If it's going to better our community and our career journey, yay, I will put my efforts into that. If I'm going to be rewarded a gift card or a t-shirt, maybe I have I'm a nonprofit and we're going to send them a t-shirt and they love our nonprofit organization. Or if I'm a restaurant, you know, maybe it's a coupon for a discount, or it could be a free entree. The other day I was looking for my son's girlfriend a piece of jewelry because, you know, it's Christmas time, and I thought it was I was at one of the jewelry stores, I think it was Hellsberg's, and they asked for my email address, and for me to give my email address, they were going to give me $50 off of my next purchase. So again, when we're rewarded, we don't mind giving out information. And you know what? It doesn't have to be a discount, because a lot of you don't sell product, but you help the community. It might be a video on how they could, you know, help with pollution, or it might be a white paper or educational article. So something like that they wouldn't get unless they fill out this survey. Any questions? I'm so impressed that you guys helped me out. Oh. I used to teach high school. I'll never forget. We used to have those marker boards, the marker boards, and I had taught throughout the day, and no one told me that for some reason the blue marker had gotten on my hands and I wiped my face, and I looked like a little Smurf throughout the day, and finally some lovely lady, a student, said, "Hey, Miss Cahill, you actually have a marker on your face, so thank you for not waiting too long to share." All right, setting expectations. Again, why are you doing the survey? Let them know that we are trying to better serve you, help our customers, you know, create more events, make your travels easier, you know, make the city better. And what are you going to do with these results? Well, once we get these results, we're going to share them with you and tell you what programs we're going to implement. Maybe they're educational programs, or, you know, promotional programs, or events that we can do around the city. So what we all know is that we like to be heard and we like to make a difference. So if you tell us that taking this survey of 5 questions is going to make your organization better or our city better, so what's in it for us and how we're making a difference. So telling them up front how many questions. Hey, there's 25 questions. Well, you know right there your response is going to be bad. So hey, there's only 5 questions. It will take you about 2 minutes. Again, how do you know how long it's going to take? I always say send a test to your mastermind group, your leadership group, your committee, whoever, friends, and let them take it and kind of time how long it takes. And then always set a deadline. Hey, we're only going to do this for 3 days. So again, let them know that do it now because it's going to close down, and don't forget about the reward. So when you do this, you're going to get this special educational program, or you're going to be invited to a special concert, or you're going to get a free ticket to get ice cream, or you know, you're going to get a great article, or I am going to showcase you on my email that goes out to the city or to the chambers or to the community, or I'll put you on our website. I don't know. So again, think about their time and think about what's in it for them and how you can reward them for their value. Test drive, like I said, send your survey. You can test it out, let them see what they think, were the questions easy to answer. Again, test, tweak, and perfect. I've sent out surveys and thought, wow, did I ever learn from that? So again, try to keep it internal so you can get some feedback before you actually send to the masses. Okay, if you have questions, let me know. When really matters, just like on email marketing, I do business to business. That's who I work with, businesses. So Monday morning at 8 o'clock for me to send an email probably would not be a great choice for people to open it. So I probably won't get very good results. Or Friday afternoon is not good for me. But I always say my girlfriend has a Trading Closets, which is a boutique for women. And Friday afternoon is like stress therapy for most women, so she does really well sending her emails on Friday afternoon. So probably sending a survey in the midst of the holidays, not a good idea. So you really have to think about the demographic and who you're sending to really get the best results. Sometimes just ask. If it's an internal people that you're sending to, ask them what's the best time. Monday's probably not the best. And then don't forget, you might have to send out a couple of reminders. I know I only have like 15 on my team right now, so I just have to remind them, hey, thanks for those that have done it. This is how many we've gotten so far. And again, we want to make sure that we help you guys build your business, and then don't remind them about the deadline as well as the reward. Review. The next thing is reviewing your results. See the responses, individual responses. And there are things that we have to consider. I've learned the hard way. Once we create a survey, Constant Contact gives us a link. Now, if you put that link on your social media or on just like an email that I send out let me just back up. So if I put that link on a social media as a post in one of my social media channels, people that take the survey will be, we won't know who they are. So again, it won't show their email address. If I can also copy and paste it onto my website or my blog. And again, these are kind of generic places that people can go click and take, which is great for feedback, but again, we won't know specifically who took it. Now, you can always ask for their name in the survey, but most people probably won't give it to you. The one thing that you can do with Constant Contact is you can send an email that has the link. So when you send an email through our survey system, then it will show the individual responses. So you'll actually know who they are, and depending on how much information you have on that contact in Constant Contact, you'll get to see their phone number and everything else. So if you put a link on social, or you put a link on your blog or website, again, anonymous, you wouldn't know who took it. But if you do an email with the link via our survey tool, you will know each individual, their email, and how they responded. So again, it just kind of depends on what your goal is. Just to get information, like a centrically focused, like a focus group, or to really particularly know who said what. And the next thing is, once you do a survey, look at the process. You know, maybe it wasn't so easy. What did you learn from it? When did you send it? What day did you send it? Oops, I have a typo in here. What was the response? I don't know. Sorry, gang. So let me just fix it. What was the response that you got? How many people did you send to, and how many people responded? And again, if that number is really low on the response, maybe it was just too hard to do. You sent it the wrong time, wrong day. Maybe it was just, the questions. And what could you have done better? And when did people take the survey? You can actually see when people took the survey. So was it 2 days after you sent it, or was it right when you sent it? And did you have a lot of added comments? Again, we love the added comments. Not everybody takes the time to do that. So make sure you look at those, and you'll learn probably more from those than the questions themselves. And again, what you're going to do is share it. So you're going to thank them and share the results, whether it's through your blog, your website, your social media. Thank those that participated, share the results, how many people out of, that you sent it to that responded, and tell them that, yay, for those that did, they got this wonderful prize, a new car. No, they got maybe to go to their local ice cream shop, or maybe they got to download this article, and then tell them what you're actually changing or adding. How does it benefit the community? So the next time you send a survey, they'll go, wow, it did make a difference, and I too want to participate in that. So next what we're going to do is just kind of show you how to create a survey online with Constant Contact. You can try at a demo for 60 days for free. If that's something that you want to do, just you can text me. I will put my number here in the box too as well. And another thing you can do is actually, I'll send you can email me back so we can get you signed up and you can try it out. When you do a demo with Constant Contact, you get the whole toolkit. So you can try our email out, our survey out, our social campaigns out, and then our event marketing too. And do remember, we have tons of information, again, on ConstantContactSeminars.com for other webinars as well. Okay, if you have questions, I'll take a look. I'm looking over here, so let me know. I'm here to help you. I am going to type in my phone number if you want to get started on anything or need help. Again, I will tell you I do a lot of training, so I drive in my car lots. So if you do need help with Constant Contact, we have customer support, and these folks are wonderful. Yay. Some of you probably have used them. This is a toll-free number, and again, you can talk to a Bostonian or a Loveland, Colorado person, and they will help you get started or answer your questions. Maybe you want to look at it before you send it. So they'll be there to help you. All right, so we're going to log in. And again, our email products start for $20 a month, and what that gives you is you can email folks up to 500 email addresses. So you can email them every day, once a week, once a month, but we just charge for how many email addresses you have. And that's the same way with the survey too. So starting as low as $20. When you do survey, you can add that on. It's a lot cheaper if you're already doing Constant Contact, but survey is part of our toolkit, and so it can be $45 a month, but you get all the tools too. And if you're really, I wish that we could, if you currently are using Constant Contact, again, it's a lot cheaper once you already have one product. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go into sign in. You can sign in anywhere you are where you have, it's in the cloud, which just means that you can access it if you have internet connection. And then once it logs in here, we're going to be able to talk to you about, you can create it from a template or create it from scratch. I would suggest that you use one of our templates, and then you can edit the different questions as well. All right, are you seeing my screen? I hope so. We're in Constant Contact now. And we're going to go to survey. So you'll see we have different tabs up here for our different tools, and over to survey. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into, just to kind of take a look, I did a survey already, so I could copy this and do it for next year if I wanted to. So anytime you can give it a click, and that would copy the survey questions, so I could do it the next month, the next year. I would just need to change it, so instead of plan for 2015 with my team, I would change it to plan for 2016. And then that way it saves me a lot of time. I might be able to perfect what I did last time and make it better, add a few questions, take off a few questions. So that's a cool feature. So once you've done it once, you can always copy it. Okay, I'm going to exit. The other thing you can do is you can look at the surveys you've already sent. So when I go to survey, it's my dashboard, and you can see here I have 216 people that responded. This was back in 2013. So if I wanted to go take a look at it, you just click on the link of your survey, and you can look kind of at overall. I had 206 people that I know that answered it, and then 10 that were probably answered it off my social media. And at any time, you can set it to close on a specific date or time, or you can just hit the Close Now button. And then you'll see here, if I email it through this, create a survey invitation, again you can put your logo there. If I email it through this, then I'll have respondents' information. I'll know who they were. We do give you a URL, which takes people right to your survey. And again, if you put that on your blog, your website, or your social media, again, that's going to be anonymous. So again, you'll see I have 10 of those. Or if somebody forwards it to a friend, again, you won't know all the information there. So you can do a simple share and share it on your networks as well. So over here I can take a look, and it's been a while since I've looked at this, but overall or individual. So I can click on overall just to kind of get a better feel of what people want. You'll notice I said it takes less than 1 minute. It's 7 questions. So what type of organization are you? I'm trying to figure out my events. You know, who do I have coming? And it's pretty close, it looks like, from nonprofit to folks that serve business to consumer. Now, if you want to, you can also view comments. So I have, in every question that I do, allow them to comment. And so that I find is feedback is a gift. So again, you can kind of look down a little bit farther, and you can say who said what. Again, only if they click the link from the email we sent through our survey. Come and hit back. If you're thinking of anything, you just let me know. Again, how many events did you attend in 2012? So they can kind of tell me. It looks like most of them attended one or two. Great. If I wanted to send just an email to all the people that went to one or two, or maybe I have a frequently flyer reward or a visit to my events, I can actually click on this and I can save this list and send them a thank you, which I should have probably done that. So I can save the respondents, those that went to 5 or more, and send them a huge thank you and maybe a gift card to get a book or something a little more special, huh? So again, you can save list. Maybe I was looking at those that really want to do webinars, so I could save this as a list and send all my webinars that we're doing. So again, just click on it and you'll save it as a list, and we'll save it right into Constant Contact. So it allows you to be more targeted and meet your customers' needs, and that's why we like to do surveys. So again, just hit Save to List. It will go into your contacts for Constant Contact, so you can email them or send them another survey. And again, my computer is just taking a little bit longer. So it usually pops up with a box, and it will say, what do you want to name it? Oh, my guys take forever on that. You guys know how to name a list. So again, I'm going back to my surveys, and here we are again. So sometimes mine are very short. I'm trying to meet with my team. So again, you can click on it to go edit it at any time or shut it off. So I'm going to go ahead and click on here just to show you quickly. And again, I got 8 responses. I can see individual responses. Last time we did overall. It's just a great way to kind of find out, okay, I need to have a conference call. When is the best time to have it? So it looks like Monday and Friday equal. I looked down here, what time was going to be the best for them. Wow, it looks like 9 to 10, and they told me 11 to 12 last year, and that didn't work. And then these are open-ended questions. So again, I'd have to view them one at a time. Now, any of this stuff can be exported. It can be exported into Excel. I'll show you how. So great information overall. You can also filter your information or save it to a PDF as well. And anytime you see this, that's a little video that we can watch. So when you export, I can export it to Excel, a PDF, and I like to do it into Excel, and I like to do it with summary, so all the answers are there, and anybody that added things in the comment box I had, I can see those too. And so all you do is pick which one you want, and you hit export, and it's going to open us an Excel file that we can save and we can send to other folks or look at it. You can filter the respondents on when they took it by date, by what date they took it, or by what response. So let's say that I wanted to find, it was about travel, and I wanted to find all the customers that wanted to travel to Colorado. I could say, okay, I want to pick only people that responded by a particular question response. And then I have to hit, and then I only had 2. So let's say, what answer would I want to look at? So if this said, what travel do you like? I could hit answers, and maybe I could choose just those people that want to go to Colorado. I can save that list, and then I could send them Colorado trips or information that would be more focused to their needs or what they like. So maybe I want to just see people that said Monday. So all kinds of things. This is all about a report. And again, we're under survey, and we're going to show you how to create one next. But I just wanted to show you all the things you can do to look at a survey. And I always come in here and say, okay, how many people answered? Do I need to send a reminder? So you can send out a reminder again. And then again, to view it, you click on the link. So you can go right into it to view the individuals. You can close it, or maybe you need to edit it. And then also, at any time, you can copy it for the next week, next month, or next year. Okay, so we're going to come in here. You'll notice the S is for surveys. If there's a little sheet that had a P on it, that would be for a poll. So one short question. Okay, so what we do to create one is you hit Create Survey or Create Poll. I'm going to hit Create Survey. Okay, you're going to name it. This is a name that you're going to see. So again, I'm going to put it as, we're looking for, I want to know how to market better to my consumers. So communication needs. You could choose a blank survey, but I'm going to choose one that's already created, so the look looks a little better. And again, at any time, gang, type in a comment, type in a question. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Next. So you can kind of look through, and there's all kinds of information here. So, you know, what should I do about my e-news? Do I need to send my email maybe once a week? I had a travel agent that sent out an email, and he just said, hey, what do you like about my email? Content, you know, tips, places to visit, promotions. And then another one, he said, what's the frequency that you'd like to see me do it? And he said, I thought they'd say once every 6 months, but he had once a week, every day was a joke, and then every other week, once a month, and every 6 months. And he was so delighted that people loved his email so much that they said they would do it. They want to see it every other week. And the thing they loved was the traveling tips that he gave, as well as viewing some of the videos that he put on there for the different places they could to travel to. So anyway, you find out what is the best for you. So you can view the sample here to see how it's laid out, and if you'd want to modify it. Again, you can change the colors, you can add your logo. So I'm going to go ahead and do, I'll just go ahead and do customer satisfaction and hit next. So all kinds, nonprofit, restaurant, retail, travel, all kinds of things to look at in here. So don't forget, you can customize it, you can change the colors. To add a logo, you can just click up here and add your logo. And if you use our email marketing product, you can understand it looks just about like our email product as well. And so I can upload a file if I want, or I can find a graphic that I might want to put up there instead of a logo. But I'm going to look for our Constant Contact logo. And wouldn't you know, let's go logo. I got everybody else's logo but myself. Isn't that fun? All right, so we're just going to put response up there. So let's say it's response marketing, and they want to see, you can size it here, you can edit it, and that's not a very pretty logo, so let's just do this. Let's see if we have anything else. More chamber, go more. Okay, so I'll hit insert. Again, you can click on it anytime you want, so you can change it up here, or you can delete it. And you'll notice here you can, on the left-hand side, we'll talk about edit and skip logic. What that is let's say that you really want to get, we're not going to jump in it today, but I just want you to know that you can turn this on, but you would turn it on at the very end of everything you do. So because once you turn add, edit, skip logic on, it won't let you move or edit or change your questions. So that's like the very last thing you want to do. It's for a little more complicated survey, so if you were to send something out to your group and you wanted to find out if they were female, and then once they check female or if they check male, it's going to drop them down, skip questions that would be for the male gender, and then it would skip and go to what meets the female, what questions we want to ask the females. So again, maybe it's people that if they put a city in, and if they put this city in, then it's going to ask these questions. But if they put this city in, it's going to skip those questions and go right to the specific questions for that city. So again, it's a cool thing, skip logic. Maybe it's a certain age. If they put this age in, then it will ask these questions. Or maybe it might be if they say they have a cat, I'm a veterinarian, and if it says they have a cat, then I'm going to have them skip to these questions so I don't have to answer questions about the dog. So pretty cool. And again, here's the preview. So once we start and we create, we can look at it and see what it looks like. You can turn on numbering. So again, right now if I shut it off, you'll notice there's no numbering on my questions, or I can turn it on. You can change the color at any time. And again, so if you want to play, I'll just make it really ugly. Ooh, that would be gross. So again, I usually keep a lighter background. I don't play with colors too much because you want to keep it easy to read. Again, depending on your demographics, you know, maybe you want to make it a little bit bigger so people can read it better. Again, this is changing the title text. Here's the questions, so you can make that bigger if you want. That's a little too big, and you can change the color as well. So anything that you want to do. Can't customize as much as you can in our email, but again, keep it simple and make it simple for yourself. So if you wanted to, you can add text up here. And what we're going to first do is the title. We want to communicate better to you. So I'm going to hit save. And then you might put text what you're trying to do or what you're trying to learn. Where do you want us to send promotions? So what our goal is we want to find out, do people want snail mail? Do they want email? Do they want social? What kind of promotions would they want? You know, who is this that we're talking to? So later we might be able to, you know, I might ask them if they're a female or a male, because again, people buy different things in our organization. So, you know, you can ask that question. You might see what they currently like about the promotions that we give and what promotions they're looking for. Are they looking for gift cards? Are they looking for a buy one, get one half price? Again, you can do this with training, you know, internal questions, or again, city questions. What do you love about our city? You know, is it the parks? Is it the safety? Is it the people? So again, anything you can think of, you can pretty well ask in here. So we're going to show you the types of questions. Okay. Let's put it, oh yeah, goal to better meet your needs and communicate our upcoming events and provide you promotions. So again, you can bold it, italicize, underline, all this stuff here, color. You can change the text. You can also add a picture, and if you want to link them to a particular something, maybe it's you know, to your website or to a sponsor's website. So you just highlight whatever you want, you hit the link button, and you can type in where you want them to go. So if it's a sponsor that you want them to go look at, you can just type in that website there and test it out. So you can link them up to certain things, an article, an event. So I'm going to hit save. So that's just a text block. So that's one question layout. And again, you can do question, text, or page break. If I wanted to add a question, and you can move things around just to kind of show you, if I didn't want this question, I can delete it. At any time I want, I can move questions around. So again, you just click on it looks like a little Velcro strip up here, so I can drag and say this one's more important, so I can drag and drop it. That's one way to move it, or you can move it up and down by the arrows. Again, you can copy once maybe you like the radio buttons, you just need to change the options. At any time, not only can you delete, we can move, and you can also copy. So you just click on the copy button. So you can copy as many as you want, and then you can make the changes. So you can change the question type if you want. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So moving, deleting, and copying. So what I like to do, I'm going to come up here. If you already have one and you want to edit it, and again, we talked about it's the pencil. So the 2 sheets is the copy, trash can, delete, and then this is your move buttons. So I'm going to hit the pencil. We'll let you edit. So what I'm going to ask is their age. Now at any time I can change the question, but maybe I like this one here. I am going to show you the question types though. Multiple, they can select more than one. So maybe I want to put what do you like about our product, and some of the options would be quality, taste, packaging, price. So again, they could choose more than one thing about our product that they like. Open-ended, you know, what do you think about our events now? Or what do you like best about our city? Again, we don't want to do a lot of open-ended because people have to think too much, and when they have to think too much, it slows them down and they don't want to take it. Rate items on a scale. So maybe I put something in about customer service, and so what I want to ask them is our customer service 1 to 5, 5 being excellent, 1 being poor. And then also rate one item. So to scale your specific, basically the same. We'll try both just so you can see. Ranking, I don't like ranking. If you have more than 5, my head spins. It physically won't let you move on to the next question. You have to rank it. So you have to rank it. What is your top item? So let's do this. Let's do a ranking one first. So let's click on ranking. And let's say that 1 is least, and we're going to do, let's do 5 options here. Oh, this is not as bad as the ranking, 1 to 4. Okay, so we're going to say, hey, do you want to do, are you on Twitter? So what social media are they using? And again, I'll put that up here. What social media do you prefer? And I'll probably want to put none. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and then let's do Pinterest. And if I want to add more, I'll just come up here and say, okay, I want to add 6 instead. None. And then this would be Instagram. All right, anytime you can delete if you want, and this is what I like, let respondents add a comment. I always leave that there. It will put a little box underneath here so they can type, and if you want to make sure that they can't move on, they have to answer this question, then you can say make this question required. And you'll notice when I turn that on, it's going to put a little asterisk on the question. Okay, let's go look at it. So we'll hit save and see what we've got. So what they can do is they can rank it, 1 being the least important to, oh no, this is what I hate about this. So, and I don't think a lot of people understand what they're supposed to do, just like I do. So which is your favorite? And again, least. So I would say, least would be, I do not like these questions. That's 1. It shouldn't be least. So this would not be a good question for us. So let's say that, what do you like about our city? And you might have 3 items, and 1 would be the least thing, and then the second one, they could rank what they feel is the second most. And again, we can change least to most important, which would make more sense to me. So if you want to edit it, sorry gang, and I don't like the question, I can hit change question type, and let's say I want them to select several. There's just 1. This is 1 option. They can only choose 1. So what social media do you prefer? We could do Twitter, and we could do Facebook. And you can add more if you want up here. So we're going to hit save. So now if I were to try it out, notice that it's required. I can type in a comment up to 500. That's that extra little box that we said we wanted to add. If you wanted to test it out, it's a radio button, so they can choose only 1 or the other. So probably a better question for this would be, what gender are they? Male or female? So let's do that one. I don't really like the question, but there you go. So we'll put male, and we'll put female. And then we'll save it, and let's do another one so you can kind of see how easy this is. So let's come down here, and let's go ahead and hit edit. And I want this time to be not just a single, I want them to select different. So again, you can do multiple. Where's my multiple? Oh, it's already select. So single select or multi-select. Select 1 or more answers. So this is the one I want. Favorite way to get promotions or communications. And that would be, let's say I'm only going to do 5. So we'll say newspaper, radio, social media, direct mail, and let's do email. And then once you hit save again, so we're going to hit save, you can change again the title if you want. And then to preview it, now notice I forgot to make it required, so if you do, you can just hit the little edit pencil, and then come down here and hit include other. So they can include their other, let respondents, so they can add their own. So if I left something out and they go, wow, this is really big for me, you know, you left out the most important thing that I do, they can add their own. They can add a comment and make it required. Okay, that's another question that you can ask. And I preview to kind of check it out. So up here, hit preview. I did save. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Gender, notice they can only select 1. They can also click in this box and type something. And look at the time, 12. Oh, darn it, 10:24. Favorite way to get promotions, so they can choose the ones that they like. And then they can also add one if I forgot something, which is always a favorite. And then you can kind of see the other ones. So these are multi-select. This is one. You can only select one. And here's a better one. Okay, so how do you rank our customer service? So this is a rating one. I'll show you where that question is. So again, they can just come through here. You can make this required if you want. Again, you'll notice that it's not a required question. So they can answer it or not answer it, and they can add a comment. So again, you can fill in the boxes of what you want them to say. For example, if it was a skill set, you know, do you know how LinkedIn? Never heard of it, not good at it, okay, excellent. So you can go all the way through. You can make up the comment box that you want. So this just kind of shows you the different, this is an open-ended question. And let's see if there's anything else. So you can kind of see, so you can test it first. So let's do another question just to kind of show you a one that we haven't done. So hit question if you want. We can add a question anywhere we want. Open-ending is just a box. I would not do a lot of those. Are my favorite type of promotion would be. And then I'm going to go ahead down here. How long does it need to be? If you were just asking for their name, so let's just say first name. Then you could say short, or you could be long, or if you're asking for more detail, 20,000 characters. And then you can make this question required if you want. Okay, and we'll save that. So that's an open-ended one. So I don't like how long it is because first name should never be that long. So what we'll do is come back in here and put it as 50 characters. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is let's add another question. Again, maybe starting blank might be good. I usually go from a template. So we did a single one. We've done a multiple. So this was a radio box one, so only one. Multiple is a checkbox, open-ended, and then rating the items on a scale. So let's say customer service. So again, let's say poor, okay, above average. And so you can choose how many that you want, and I'm going to put excellent. And then we're going to delete one. So we'll just do 4. And then down here, let's see, so customer service, product, excuse my typo, let's say cleanliness, then let's say price. All right, and then we're going to save it. Let the respondents add a comment, and you can make this question required. Then we're going to hit save. So if you like these kind of questions, you can always copy it and then just make the changes. So again, I'm going to hit save so you can see what it looks like. And this text, oh, it's empty. I had too many items to rank. I said I wanted 5, so I just want 4. Okay, let's give it a try now. So let's hit save. Thanks for helping. And so here you can see they just can click one option, and then they can also add something that we might not have thought of. Again, so that kind of shows you a little bit about how to lay it out. And so you can preview it, and then we're going to show you how to send it because it's 1028. So again, one option, those are the ratings, and then this is one select, and then your check boxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save and continue. Say I did everything I love, although I needed to delete a lot of different questions. Go straight to the survey or go to a greeting message. So I normally don't mess around. I want them to get to the survey and go. If you go to a greeting message, I mean, it's fine. Maybe this is where you're going to tell them why you're doing it. So when they click the link that Constant Contact gives you, they will click it and they can go here where you might, you know, show your staff or your logo or a picture of the product, and you might say what your goal is. So you can do that. Or you can also go, and it would look like this. So this is the preview. You can customize it to what you want. So it could be a picture of the city or pollution coming out. Or you can go straight to the survey. Okay, and then I'm going to hit save and continue. So when they click that link, they're going to go right to the survey. And then after they take it, once they've completed the survey, where do you want them to end up? They can go to the web page, so maybe you want them to go right to your website where you've got upcoming events or something about testimonials, or maybe it showcases your product. Or again, you can have them just end with a closing page, very much like a greeting page, saying, "Thank you again. We'll be sending your gift card through the mail or via email, or look for it. You know, come to our store with this code or enter this into our website, and we'll send you your reward." So again, closing or go to your website, either or. So I'm going to say, we'll just do a closing. And I might say what reward they're going to get, as well as that we will share the information with them. If you do this, people can actually, once they complete it, they can click on this link and they can see the results of what people are saying. So if it's like a city kind of focus or an internal, and you want your employees to see what others are saying, you can turn this on, they can click, and boom, they'll see results, the overall results. They won't see individual results. Okay, save and continue. Okay, you can test it at any time. So when I hit test, I can actually take this, copy it into any of my browsers. So I'm going to put it over here, paste it in there, and go ahead and just, and anybody that tests it this way, well, it's not going to save any of the results. It's just going to allow you to kind of look at it, see if it's functioning right, and see if the design and the flow is good. So again, that's just how you can test it. When you want to send it, it's called publishing. So I'm going to close. So if you do it this way and you copy it and paste it into your browser, it's not going to save anything. It's just for you to look at and to test. So if you want to, here you can always edit the greeting page if you had it. You can edit your survey at any time, and you can edit your closing. This is the title. And now over here we tested. If you want to test, that showed us that window. Publish means you're ready to take it online. Nobody knows that it's there until you send out an email or until you send out a link or post it on your social or your website. So hit publish. Okay, and once you publish it, sometimes there's minimal, again, to make changes, sometimes you have to unpublish it. So if you said, wow, that question was really bad, you might have to close down the survey, make the change, and then publish it again. So you can do that. If you find that there's a terrible question, you've gotten some calls on it, your boss hates it, you can always close it, go edit the survey question, and then publish it again. So over here we kind of already talked about how you could see the overall results and how you could see individual results. And then here we talked about this, where you could post this on your social or your website or your blog, but it's anonymous. You won't see who said what. So sometimes you might want to add if their email, you know, what is your email address, what is your first name, depending on if that's the information you want to track, just in case. Create a survey. This is where you know who said what, because you have the contact's information inside Constant Contact. And I'm sorry, it's 1032. I'm just going to show you real quick. This is not pretty by any means, but you can make it pretty if you're used to our Constant Contact email marketing. It's very similar. You would name this, and this would be our communication survey. And again, this is only for your eyes only, and we did this in 2014. And then this is the subject line. Help us communicate better, or send better promotions, and then who's it from. That makes a big difference if they know who you are. If they don't, they probably won't open it. And the from email, and do you want them to reply to you if they have any questions or concerns? If not, you can choose maybe your virtual assistant or somebody that might be in front of a computer. Again, permission reminder, maybe you're sending this to them and they don't know who you are. So you might say, we did an expo, or we met you at the bridal expo and we just wanted to see, or you bought a product from us and we want to hear how the service was, so we can make sure your next visit is fantastic. And then again, if you have any pictures, you can click on this so the pictures don't look like a box. If people don't see the pictures, they can click on a link. So I'm going to hit next. So these are just subject line and who it's from, basically. Again, you can change the color over here. It's very, very, very basic. So just click on little tile and choose a color that you like. And then if you want to, you can click on anything. And so if I wanted to change this, And I would not say that's a great title. It would be something exciting. So again, you would have to change the color. For some reason, it's not liking that. Yeah, it's not looking at me at all. And then here is where you would type something for them. And then again, the link's already here. So you can send yourself just to test it out in the preview. So you would tell them thank you so much for your time. This is a survey. It will take you 5 minutes, or it's only 2 questions. And then once they hit take the survey, again, it's going to log everything that they do as well as who they are. So this is the best way to do it. And when we hit preview, if you want to send you a test, you can send up to 5. Just hit a comma, type in an email address, and hit the send test. And again, you can just kind of see what it's going to look like in the preview. So we covered a lot of material. I'm going to send you this recording, but probably the best one is there's little tutorials that break it down. There's one that talks about the different question types, how to filter your questions, different reporting that you can look at that I covered quite fast, as well as what is the skip logic too. So I'll send you those so you can watch those as well. So I'll just tell you, I keep mine very short. I learn information quick. Sometimes I only send 1 question, and it's powerful just because I leave that box where they can comment as well. Do you guys have any questions? I know I went really fast, but I appreciate your time. At least you got to see that it is a little more flexible. Survey is, and it can hit the masses in so many different ways, from social and email, and that you have different question types, and just be simple and keep it short, as well as make sure your questions are easy to read and to answer. All right. It's 10:36. I went over. I apologize. I want you to have a happy holiday. If you want to do, sample our email, or just want to do the survey and practice with us, let me know. If you're already a customer, just tell me I'm already a customer, and let me see what I can do so you can to play in the survey as well. And then if you do a 60-day, you're not a customer, you get to try email and social campaigns and our event marketing, and as well as survey. And do be sure to look at Constant Contact seminars, and you will see that we have all kinds of different events coming up in your area, as well as webinars too. So you can kind of scroll through, and you can search for different areas as well as different classes. Thank you, team. I so appreciate it. Have a happy holiday. If you have questions, again, you can text me. I gave you my phone number, and I'm going to send you my email now too. And you're going to get an email from me by tomorrow with the presentation. All right. Good. Thanks, Barb. Thank you all. Bye. I'm still here if you want to ask, though. Fantastic. Hope to see you down there in the future.